China's National People's Congress kicks off on Monday. Earlier this week, state media reported a plan to remove presidential term limits, which could pave the way for Xi Jinping to stay in power indefinitely. To find out more, I'm joined by Kotaro Yoshida from Beijing. Kotaro, the proposal came as a total surprise. Why is this change happening now?
Well, Kyoko, the country is facing many challenges: a slowing economy, growing inequality, and uncertainty on the Korean Peninsula. Couple that with friction with the U.S., President Xi Jinping could be making the case that China needs strong and stable leadership, and Xi is using momentum from last year's successful party congress, where he was enshrined into its constitution to make that happen. While the proposal has shocked many people, keep in mind that even if President Xi only served 2 terms, he could continue to head the party and the military. Both are more powerful positions than president. But internationally, his rank would be considered lower than other heads of state. And on top of that, people at home may criticize him for pulling strings behind the scenes. So this allows him to do it in a legitimate manner.
China introduced presidential term limits after Mao Zedong threw the country into turmoil during the Cultural Revolution. Could the proposed constitutional change create problems in the future?
There are some people in China who are voicing concerns, but authorities have stepped up censorship. After the announcement, people went online and criticized the proposal. Posts that were taken down include, "He revealed his true ambition with this plan, and he's becoming an emperor." And certain words have been blocked altogether, such as lifelong, disagree, and oppose. Even images of Winnie the Pooh, who Xi is often compared to, have been banned. Experts are also worried that if Xi stays in power indefinitely, people will be less likely to speak out against him in fear of being punished. And with a growing sense, the government is taking a high-handed approach. If his policies fail to produce results, it may lead to social unrest.
Thank you. NHK World's Kotaro Yoshida reported for us from Beijing. With President Xi expected to lead the country for the foreseeable future, he will be able to continue his drive to modernize the economy and institute wide-ranging reform. NHK World's Takanori Tamei looks at how Xi's plan to fight poverty is progressing.
This village in Qinghai province is only a little over a year old. The 500 residents were moved from another village nearby. They are only one part of a mass relocation project. The aim is to fight poverty, which Xi pledges to eradicate by 2020. In his New Year's address, Xi outlined that policy, presenting it as a historic goal.
If we win our fight against poverty in 3 years, we'll be the first to eliminate absolute poverty in our thousands of years of national history.
The campaign has helped improve the lives of many farmers who passionately support Xi.
I'm almost in tears when I see his photo. He built us homes and livestock houses.
But such extreme measures have also created some critics. This area of Beijing is home to workers from rural areas. A fire in November left 19 dead and set off a citywide campaign to tear down buildings vulnerable to fire. But that move left migrant workers, reportedly tens of thousands of them, without utilities and then evicted.
Everything has been destroyed. I can't work. I have no choice but to move back home.
some migrant workers began to suspect that the government is trying to expel low-wage workers to ease overpopulation in large cities. But discontent is silenced by increasingly strict controls. Social media platforms ban such terms such as low-end population. Some people openly criticize the high-handed approach of the government. Prominent lawyer Mo Xiaoping joined university professors to ask the National People's Congress to investigate the claim that the poor are being forced out of cities. They call it a violation of human rights and the Constitution.
As many people know, the government's approach is very different from before. Unrestricted authority is definitely not a good thing.
Xi Jinping already holds political power that goes far beyond that of many of his predecessors. With the possibility of an unlimited time in office, many are waiting to see how he will exercise his greater authority. Takanori Tamei, NHK World.
And that's all from Eye on Asia.